after the performance that this man put in today in the space of moments, Hudson Edouard is being scouted. I think we're going to go in for him. I'll put a poll up on the channel. If you haven't voted yet, go and vote. Because we're probably not going to get him in January. Simply, we don't have enough money for him in January. So that's why we're not going to get him in January. But the plan is to get him, and it'll be at the start of next season. Hudson Edouard, what a baller. Welcome to the Premier League. Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkieman here. Welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 21 career mode here with Crystal Palace. And this is an all-important episode because we are going to be taking on Chelsea in that second leg today, where hopefully we will get a result. Now, if you didn't see the last episode, go back and watch it. If you haven't seen any episodes, before you go and watch them, hit the subscribe button down below right now, as well as smashing the like button if you go on to enjoy the video. At Yorkieman on Twitter. We're just going to keep plugging it as much as humanly possible at Yorkieman on Twitter. All my socials are Yorkieman, but they are always down below at the end of the video. We're playing Arsenal first, so that's not the easiest game before we take on Chelsea, as well as the fact that we will need to sign a new right back once James Tavernier goes, but we're waiting for that transfer to go through. So at the moment, and we've already assessed who we want, Musa Wage. Nobody said don't sign him in the comments, so I'm guessing we were all in agreement. Go take on Arsenal and see if we can get a decent result. It's a little bit later, it's a little bit less hot, so maybe less fan noises in this one today. It's definitely going on though, because as soon as I've hit record, it's bloody warm in here. A little bit rotated, a little bit not rotated, because we do play Chelsea. And for me, at the moment, we don't expect to get much further than mid-table in the league, which is absolutely fine with me. But we do have the potential of winning the Carabao Cup, so we are going to rotate a little bit. But for me, this is still a pretty strong team. Let's see how we get on here. Arsenal have caused me problems in the past, especially when they've got players like Saka, Martinelli, and Daniel Marlon up top. They do have a weak defense, which hopefully we can exploit. Let's get this one out of the way so we can focus on the main game of the episode. Oh, and of course the transfers, you know, January window. I genuinely didn't realise how low on finances we were when we entered this window. So unless there is a big player leave, which at this stage of the year I could really afford that nobody goes who is really important to this team. So no big bids for any of the key players, this man being included, Eddie Nketiah, because considering we're going to finish mid-table with no European football, it might be a little bit more difficult to fend off the top teams. Well, to my surprise, it's Riedveld that's the highest up the pitch here. And that's a bit of a shock. And of course, with it being Riedveld, he didn't stay on the ball for long, did he? Daniel Marlon coming forward now. He tries to play it into Saka, is what I was expecting. Oh, that's a great ball across to Thomas Partey. Oh, that's a great ball in then to Daniel Marlon. And that's a great save from Guaita. We've got to keep tabs on Daniel Marlon. He'll be the problem today. Willock. Oh, this is great play, isn't it? Thomas Partey again. Shreds the ball through an eye of a needle. It's really infuriating, but we win it back there with Conor Gallagher. Eddie Nketiah now definitely needs help. He's got it in the form of Jamie Shackleton. And I know Mitchell van Bergen's got 999 million pace. Is he going to have Eddie Nketiah to play the ball into? He might do eventually. He might do eventually. He will do eventually. He's not even the tallest, is he? Did we see the leap on him? I won't celebrate because he is ex-Arsenal. I know last time he scored against them I did. But I remembered what the animation, well, what the buttons were now for the animation. But wow, did he get some hops on this? I just waited and waited to make sure he was in a better position. He just wanted it more, didn't he, quite simply? Just wanted it more. 1-0 Crystal Palace. Eddie to the rescue as per usual. We've got some options now coming forward. Jamie Shack. Oh, if he plays it, he still gets it into Eddie. Still gets it into Eddie. Is that going to be a second? Oh, no, it's a great save from Leno. Remember last time we led 1-0 against Arsenal? Finished 2-1. So, we need to be smarter than that. We need to be smarter than that. I'm not sure who that is there. I think it might be Mark. But he's just absolutely gifted that to Martinelli. Absolutely gifted it. The young centre-back. It is so frustrating. Wide open. Great finish. We seem to have this tendency against the big sides that we can't stop them from scoring. We can score, but we can't stop them from scoring. It's really disappointing to see. Kieran Tierney might lose out on the ball here. He doesn't though, and that's the problem. Martinelli. I said they were going to cause me problems. I did mention that. So with the squad they've got, they will cause me problems. And they're going to cause me a big problem here. And it's going to be 2. Absolutely shocking from the back line again. And it's Mark again. I'm really upset for him because he is a good centre-back, but he's been undone twice here today, and Zachariah will make it 2-1. So again, he gets wrong side. I mean, Riedveld goes in there, but Mark here just doesn't get right side, and it's too easy to be shoved off. I mean, Riedveld's got to take some of the blame there, actually. Zachariah's first goal in the Premiership, and that sees us down all of a sudden. There goes the half-time whistle, and as much as we took the lead, Arsenal fought back very quickly. You could argue 3 players at fault, but with defensive mistakes, that's been the big issue. Defensive frailties. And Eddie Nketiah's goal ruled out. Arsenal lead at the Emirates. Really frustrating. It's not an ideal situation, but Yorkieman comes on for mark at half-time. And there's not much I can do about it. Defence like that, after we take such a good lead at the Emirates as well, not good enough. Well, on comes Willock, and we've made a huge mistake, and he'll surely score it, and we'll be 3-1 down. That one's Connor Goldson's fault. Defence in pieces, and this is not the kind of performance we can afford to have against Chelsea, I'll tell you that. We might fall apart in the league when we've rotated, but we can't fall apart against Chelsea. Awful defending from Connor Goldson. My worry is every time Arsenal have come forward, they've scored, and look again. Look again, Saka is just absolutely clean through. I can't catch him. No chance of catching him. He's just run half the pitch. You know, it's proving far too difficult. Joachim Andersen now can't tackle Daniel Marlin, and that'll be 4. We look like amateurs here at the back. Joachim Andersen's come on, and he's been awful as well. Ateta now. It's found Van Bergen. Van Bergen wants to play that into Jamie Shackleton. Pablo Mari. We said their back line was going to be their issue. Their backline has covered our counter-attacks very well. There goes the full-time whistle, and a very good win here for Arsenal. A very, very bad performance at the back here from Palace. Fell apart. For me, you cannot take a 1-0 lead and then collapse the way that we did. I'd love to see what shots they had on target as well. We'll take a cheeky look now. But it was such a bad performance from us. Really don't know where that came from. 6 shots, 5 on target. They scored 4 of them. They were clinical. We just really didn't show up in that. At the end of the day, that match doesn't matter. What matters is the game against Arsenal. That's what matters. Now, Tavernier's been sold. He's gone to Napoli, so we will sign the right back. We've got a transfer here for Mark, who we're not going to accept, although I am pretty disappointed in that last performance. But he's safe and sound. We're not going to let him go yet. He is a decent player. The board keep whinging because the board like to whinge on FIFA. That's probably the biggest issue. Now, you wanted to see the youth team. This is what we've got going in the youth academy at the moment. There might be some players to be moved out of here. I'd like to keep it realistic. I'm not trying to be optimal. I'm trying to be realistic. In real life, a team like Crystal Palace would probably bring someone through who could be 80 rated. You know, so I bear that in mind. Whenever we do this academy stuff, I'm trying to be realistic. Like Welsh, if he reaches his upper of 82, he would be a very good signing for Crystal Palace. So let's bear that one in mind. But at the moment, this is what we've got going in the youth academy. We've got a few decent players here. My problem is this guy's never going to grow, so we're just going to release him anyway. My problem is there's no outright stars, and probably the best 2 regens. Well, the best regen, Jack Grant, is another goalkeeper. And we've got our goalkeeper for the future, haven't we? In Charlton, already out on loan. I'm also a major idiot. We've got Leicester, Watford, West Brom before we even played Chelsea. So I don't know why I was so stressed about having the team fit. We could have gone full strength against Arsenal. Idiot. Not sure it would have changed that much, but we could have gone full strength. So that's my fault. Now I need a right back. Move to Wage now because we do have... Oh, Nice have had a transfer accepted. Who by? Why does it say random club? Why does it not tell me who? I want to know who. Anyway, let's sign Mr. Wage. Let's get this deal done and dusted. Since Tavernier has now left the club. And we're going to go 13 million. And I think that should be enough. No, no. Counter. Why would I give you Michy Batshuayi? Not a chance. 13.2. I don't really want to go much over that. To be honest with you, 17.8. Where are you getting your figures from, mate? Remove sell-on clause. Propose new transfer fee. This guy's been drinking. 14.2. I don't see myself going any higher than that, personally. They've accepted it. I was going to say, I don't see myself going any higher than that. We'll delegate the contract. I'm not too stressed. The final scout report back on Muric, and the only problem is I'm not sure he'd be a first-teamer. I'm going to keep him there, though, because... the plus side of him is he's cheap. And at the moment, the budget isn't allowing for much. Anderson, transfer bid. Monaco. 33 million. I'm going to reject it because he's the best player at the club. I'm going to say we wouldn't sell him in January. We'd hold off unless a blockbuster bid comes in. So I think more around the 50 million mark has to come in. Let's take on Watford now. And we'll probably do the West Brom game in the Cup. Oh, it's Porto. Porto coming for Mitchell van Bergen. But it's not what I value him at. You know, I know he's had his injury problems, but that's not how I value him. I'm going to reject it. I don't value Mitchell van Bergen at that price. I think they've got to be paying more. But it's starting 11 for the Watford game, 4-4-2. This should be a game that we definitely win in the league. Hopefully, fingers crossed, which will set us up for the West Brom game, which we definitely need to win in. And then the Chelsea game. I don't like the snow. I've decided. Stops us playing the long ball over the top. Dharma back in today. Speculation over Mitchell van Bergen's future, eh? I think we keep him. I love the man, Rayleigh, if I'm being honest. I should have played that. I hesitated, didn't pull the trigger. Really frustrated with myself for not pulling the trigger there. Jamie Shack. Back across now to Riedveld. They're probably going to be a hard team to break down. Go on, Jamie Shack. Oh, he's not got the pace, has he? Just not got the pace. Nearly stopped them there, though. And if we win this back, we don't. I thought Riedveld would win that header. He didn't. Ken Sema. The problem is this Watford side actually isn't that bad. It looks a lot worse than what it is. Can we get to that first? We can't. You're not going to beat Sarr, their star player, I would argue. Oh, it's a good ball across. And Mark's done brilliantly. He's got to redeem himself, hasn't he, really, today? After that poor performance against Arsenal. Could do with the help of someone like Elise right now. I didn't have him, though. Riedveld. I've got Batshuayi here, though, surely for 1-0. Oh, what a save it is. Is it going to fall in? Oh, Foster's put it in the back of his own net. I mean, will Michy Batshuayi be able to claim that? I'm not sure. It seemed like Foster had saved it, although it was going back into the net. And then he's ended up punching it into the back of his own net regardless. Good play, working it out. Batshuayi gets himself in a good position. I would have put my house on him scoring that, but he didn't. But it was going back in after the initial save. So I'm not sure if that'll be classed as a Ben Foster on goal or a Michy Batshuayi goal. He hits it with a lot of venom. That's what probably forces it up in the air. But it looks like they've given it to Michy. Certainly not the year he would have expected to have. Only 3 goals. Been outshone by Jean-Philippe Mateta and Eddie Nketiah this year. Well, there they come. Maddie, good ball into Ken Sema. What is Connor Goldson doing? Get across him, son. 1-1, and we're really struggling at the back in today's episode. Just have to question what Connor Goldson's doing. He goes to him and just kind of like stands next to him and hugs him. Get across him. Jean-Philippe Mateta now. He needed the run underneath from Riedveld, although that's great play actually. Jamie Shackleton now. He's going to try and find Adama Traore, and Adama Traore's going to make it 2-1. Just like that, Adama making the difference. Great play from Shackleton, waiting for the run to be completed. We'll take the lead again. Half time it is here, and we do have the lead, but it's a very slender one, and we've proven all this season that we can hold on to very slender leads. Could do with another goal for sure. Well, this is good play now. It was a good ball in as well. You've got to block it off. You've got to block it off. It's from the free kick. Matty Camera makes it 2-2. I've said we're not very good with a slender lead. I said it. Just at the start of the second half, they score from a free kick. Good ball in, and we clear it, but we clear it straight to them, and then nobody gets out to Matty Camera. They all just get confused together. Riedveld, Goldson, it's just ridiculous. It's a great finish, though. Batshuayi there's done really well to find Jean-Philippe Mateta. Slides it back into Batshuayi. It was tackled by Cabaselli again, honestly. I said it. They've conceded 2, but Cabaselli's had a very good day at the office. Oh, well, we're in trouble here. We're in very big trouble here. Gilbert, and it's free. Beanie's near post again. Just like that, we are defeated, basically. The boys fall asleep, man. We keep falling asleep at the back. We're not going to do well against Chelsea. This is light work for an opponent compared to Chelsea. Look, there's nobody back there. Everyone's pushed forward to press. And near post, easy. Well, the start of the second half, it's been 4 minutes. We've conceded 2 goals. We should be embarrassed, to be honest with you, the way that we've collapsed in recent games. It's not the team I remember building last season. You know, we're absolutely falling apart in games, and that is embarrassing. Our passing is hit and miss at times, but going forward, I can't blame the boys. We've scored a lot of goals this season. But defending, embarrassing. Let's see what they can do with this corner. We could be in for a bad episode here, though. It feels like it. That was close. He watched it all the way, and I don't know why. This is hit the outside of the post. What a header this is from Sarr. I can't believe how good this Watford team is, actually, to be honest with you. Batshuayi there's done brilliantly. Adama slots it in. Mateta. Oh, we're back in it. That's all it took. Well, I wanted him to pick the ball up, but it doesn't matter. That is all it took. That moment. Adama has been the key in this game. He's unlocked this Watford defence every time. And Mateta easily slots that home. He's comfortable doing that. Well, we have got a chance to win it. Batshuayi off. Eddie Nketiah on. It's 4-3 written all over this. I can't believe how frantic this game's been. Is there potential for a 4-3 here? Well, Elisi's done brilliantly there to find Jean-Philippe Mateta. And he wants Elisi to keep making the run. Elisi to win the game! Elisi surely wins the game here for Crystal Palace. As the Watford players collapse to their feet. Collapse to their feet? Just collapse. It doesn't matter. We've scored. Michael Elisi makes it 4-3 and the comeback is done. Great play from Mateta. It opened up for Elisi and bang. Not stopping that one, are you, Foster? What a goal that is for Elisi and what a big moment that is for us this season. The full-time whistle will blow and what a dramatic finish here at Selhurst Park. We do come away with the win. Again, there's some frailties at the back and I have set the sliders up so they are supposed to be super entertaining games because I've made them a lot better at attacking. But, boys, that was so close to being a terrible result. I'm so happy we turned it around. We've got an offer here for Mitchell. Some Real Betis. I mean, it just doesn't intrigue me whatsoever. And then we have signed Moussa Wagué. 4-year deal, 38k. It's actually quite a cheap deal. There's been a lot of turnover this season. And I don't like doing too many transfers in one season. Unless it's youngsters. But too many first-team players in one season. But we kind of be forced into that one with Moussa. Definitely would like to make it through in the FA Cup. Especially because there's Europe at the end of this. But Chelsea has to be my focus. It's the closest we can get. We've got a 2-goal advantage in that game as well. So we'll take on West Brom now in the FA Cup. This will be the starting 11. I've rotated a little bit. But this is a side we should be beating anyway. This squad that we're putting out should be able to beat this team. It's a very strong front 2. So let's see how we get on. It's the 4th round, but I'd like to make it to the 5th round because I think the 5th round of the FA Cup is the quarters, if I'm not mistaken. And I would like all the cup glories whatsoever potentially on offer. Alfie Devine back in the team for this one. Really actually excited to see how he gets on for us. Kane Lewis Potter as well back in the team. I just want to see a better defensive performance in this one. I'd love a clean sheet. Genuinely would love a clean sheet. It's been a while since we got one. Furlong, though. Or Furlong, sorry. Good player, actually. Someone who potentially we were looking at season 1. And they do here now. Sam Field, another player we looked at. Harper. Furlong. They can have all the possession they want as long as we win the ball back. Jean-Philippe Mateta now. What can he do? Well, he's not going to catch him, I'll tell you that. Michy Batshuayi, he's not going to get to that, though, because he couldn't break away from O'Connell. He will go to Jean-Philippe Mateta. And I know I've got that run from Jean-Philippe Mateta, and what a save that is from Griffiths. Great football to open them up, though. But they have got the opportunity to break away now. Pereira's not slow, but he has kind of stumbled there, and that ball out wide isn't fantastic, although he's kept it in as Marcus Edwards. He'll be a handful because he's so quick. That's why he now wants to go out wide, doesn't he? Can I pull that back to Jean-Philippe Mateta? I can. And then Jamie Shackleton fires off the shot, and that's another great save from Griffiths. And now our problem is Dave Rayleigh got the numbers advantage here. Can we get bodies back? No one seems to be busting a gut to get back. This is the most infuriating part of FIFA. And they'll probably score from this. Why does nobody make an effort to defend? Like, come on, bro. Nobody was rushing to get back there. And West Brom's first attack, they score it. Shackleton, Gallagher, no one's running to get back. It's really weird. It's not how players would act. There we go. There'll be no clean sheet for us again, as expected. And this third season now, has been a very difficult one for us, hasn't it? Because we've not really achieved what we wanted, and the halftime whistle blows, and we've had the better opportunities. They've had one, and they've scored it, because we don't defend. Well, it's hard when your team won't defend. But to be honest with you, we gave the ball away in a good offensive area, which allowed them to counter. We can't do that. When we've pushed all our bodies forward, we must make them pay. We really must. That might be a great ball. That is a great ball. And if it's a good ball across, it is. Oh my God, just like that. There we go. Never mind. Smash and grab, yeah? Never mind, the second half starts very well for us. Wow, what a group of passes that was. Great ball from Gallagher. And Potter doesn't waste time, puts it in. I've told you all day long, Mateta does not miss them. Batshuayi now. Oh, they've closed off from Mitchell van Bergen, who's going to cut inside. Oh, and sting the hands of Griffiths. He was taken out after as well, but I don't think that will be anything. I think we'll have a corner. This is great from Van Bergen to get inside. He's so good at that. Shackleton now. Found Batshuayi. Jimmy Shackleton's still making that run. Oh, we found him. He'll pull that back to Mitchell van Bergen. Mitchell van Bergen's still got it, and he's going to fire off the shot. Mitchell van Bergen's going to score it. Our little Dutchman has made a beautiful goal there. Scored a beautiful goal. My English, you know, is not the greatest. I do not speak the English well. But what a goal that is for Mitchell van Bergen. Really happy for him as well, you know. Injury problems galore. Wanted by Porto, though, and that's a beautiful finish. Jean-Philippe Mateta did brilliantly there to win that ball back. Now, Conor Gallagher's been found. This is where he's dangerous. It doesn't matter, though, does it? Because Jamie Shackleton will get to that. Mitchell van Bergen collects it. Great play from him. Mitchell van Bergen's really up for this one. Batshuayi lands on the ball. And the shot's blocked. Oh, this is good play. This is good play to Pereira. And a good ball in. And Field scores. And once again, the leaky defence of Crystal Palace strikes. And with 10 minutes left, West Brom look like they're getting. It'll be a repeat of this, I reckon, actually. There you go. Full-time whistle. And the Crystal Palace defence has let the team down again. The plus side will be at home for the repeat. But there's one thing we couldn't use right now, and that's extra games. West Brom had 2 shots and scored both of them. This is an issue. This is an issue. And that's the problem at the moment with all the teams. We might have messed up with the sliders on the offense. I might need to make their defense better. I might have made the offense a little bit broken because they're scoring with every single opportunity. Every game we've played so far today, every shot the opposition's had, they're scoring it. This will be the starting 11 to take on Chelsea. Now, we have the lead in this. Now, I've tweaked the opposition's shots, their error. I want them to create a lot of opportunities, but I don't want it to be unrealistic that if they get a chance, they score it. Now, the shot error was down to 30. It's now up to 40. We'll see if that helps a little bit. I want there to be lots of chances, but I don't want them to go through and just score every single chance they have. That doesn't happen. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more realistic, where they might miss the odd chance instead of scoring every single one when they go through. Here we go then. Stamford Bridge for the big one of the episode and the big one of the season. And the big one, this Crystal Palace series so far. Let's see how we fare today against what is a ridiculously good Chelsea team. I mean, ridiculously good. This is a decent lineup we put out. I genuinely fancy us. Liverpool or Newcastle in the final. It's most likely going to be Liverpool, let's be honest. I can't remember what the first leg result was from that one. A big worry is Timo Werner is on form at the moment, apparently. He scored 3 in his last 3. No Chelsea fans would have liked that in real life last season, but now they've got Romelu Lukaku, who actually scored 2 goals today. So we just need to defend in this one. If we can get a counter goal, absolutely brilliant. But we don't want to rush anything. We have the lead. It is all on Chelsea to rush this game. And hopefully, while they're rushing it, they will leave spaces in behind. Loftus-Cheek there had a good opportunity to maybe play someone in. He chose not to. Oh, Maxwell Cornet took that beautifully. And Elise's been found. And Elise waited too long there for me. Adama Traore was in. He had to play that first time. I'm gutted for Adama because he's on a goal-scoring spree at the moment. Well, there come Chelsea, and this is scary. This is absolutely scary. Ben Chilwell. Kante. Great play. Mount. Oh, he's hit the outside of the post. That was close. Well, that's lovely play. Oh, that's absolutely lovely play. It's like they didn't switch on. Maxwell Cornet. Maxwell Cornet. He's got to score it. Chelsea free kick now. There's plenty of time left in this game. If they get one, you sense that things will start to go a little bit mad. Adama's done great there to turn. Oh, you're just questioning. Come on, where's the help? Well, he's got it now eventually. Jean-Philippe Mateta. He's going to play it back to him. He needs more help. That's the right kind of help. Adama's got it there. Musawage across. Adama Traore, and he scores, and that's exactly what we needed on the counter. And Adama Traore will take a bow, and he'll make it 1-0 Crystal Palace, and that potentially might be us in a cup final. I was worried we weren't going to get that breakaway because Adama did so well to spin out, but there was no one with him. But in the end, reinforcements came. It was Adama who ended up finding the back of the net. That just makes this a 3-goal deficit now for Chelsea, which is a number I like at the moment. A number I like. And the first half defensive display has been good. The weird thing about the shot error is it feels like it makes them shoot less, which is weird. I'm confused because they've got the same ability to get into those good positions because I haven't changed the pass error, I haven't changed the run frequency. They should still be able to get into those positions in the exact same manner, but they just don't seem to be doing that. And that is a ball to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Ruben's going to have to do something crazy. Oh, he couldn't pull it back. He had to pull it back. I couldn't see him scoring in that position. Eze now has been found in some space. Oh, that's lovely stuff for Eze. Jean-Philippe Mateta and Eze working so well together, and this should wrap up the game. Oh, what a save that is from Kepa. I saw the back of the net bulging without it actually happening. That would have wrapped up the game. This, weirdly, has been quite a stalemate compared to the first match that we played against them that was 4-2. It's been very tight so far. Not that I'm complaining because it's working in our favour, but I just, you know, I'm kind of waiting for them just to turn it up a little bit, you know? Them to turn it up a notch, but they haven't. They just have not, quite simply, which has been really weird. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's done really well there to find Jean-Philippe Mateta. He will pull that back straight across to Reed. Valdu slips. He slipped just before the ball. Well, that is a great ball to Pulisic, and they've done that a few times. And if he can get it across, which he does, and surely it'll be a goal. And Chelsea finally do score, and we finally do concede. For a brief moment, I thought, bloody hell, are we going to get a clean sheet? But no, we are not. But luckily, it can be nothing but a consolation, really, at this stage. They need another 2, at least, to even this game up. Make a double sub now. That's Batshuayi on, Conor Gallagher on, Eze off. He's on a yellow card. He's actually played really well as Eze. Today, he must have heard us in the last episode, right? Slagging him off. He's actually had a good performance in this one. We have conceded. It is 1-1 on the night. You'd expect Chelsea to cause us problems, but they really haven't. And that came from a counter. Adama Traore now has got so much pace about him. There's so much pace about him. He waits. And Loftus-Cheek hits the crossbar. Loftus-Cheek hits the crossbar. He waited to make sure Loftus was onside. That's good play there to Gallagher. Michy Batshuayi now. The shot is blocked. I feel for him because he waits until Loftus-Cheek is onside and then Loftus-Cheek hits the crossbar. The full-time whistle has blown and Crystal Palace will be going to the final of the Carabao Cup. This has been a very difficult episode of games, but it doesn't matter. Finally, the Carabao Cup. We've still got to play an extra 4th round of the FA Cup thanks to that result against West Brom, but we are in one cup final. And what a shock. We're taking on Liverpool, who absolutely smashed Newcastle, beat them 8-0. So that's going to be a really tough game. Was anybody else praying it was going to be Newcastle? I didn't think we would get Newcastle, but I was praying we were going to get Newcastle. Not a bad performance in that one, but I have to remember in this episode, we've lost 4-1, we've drawn 2-2 with West Brom, 1-1 with Chelsea, and we only just managed to beat Watford. So it's not been a great episode as we take on Newcastle to start the next one out. I don't know if we'll play that, but it's not been the greatest of episodes in terms of results. But what matters, we're in a cup final. Well, this could be terrible news. This could be terrible news. Bayern Munich come in for Joachim Andersen. Now, I want the 50 million mark for this guy. I want the 50 million mark for Yorkieman Andersen. And the problem is, when you're a selling club, you don't have Europe, and Bayern Munich come in, you have to sell. Now, he's under contract here, and he's got a decent length contract. If they do not do what I want them to do, then I won't sell him. I don't care, because I think that's a low offer they've come in with. 45 they've gone up to. I would like 50. If they pay 50, we're in trouble, boys, because our defense already sucks, and he's the only good defender we've got. And we're going to need another good defender. 48.2. I will say 50 one more time, but to be honest with you, 48.2 is pretty much where I want it to be anyway. 50 one more time and just see if he accepts it. He says no. They're backing out of the deal. I would have accepted 48 if they'd have come in for that again. We keep Joachim Andersen for now. But for how long can we keep him? Well, we were very close to the £50 million deal that it would take for him to leave. But anyway, boys, that's going to be it for this episode. We do have a Carabao Cup final. Let's actually see when we're going to get to that. How many episodes are we away from the Carabao Cup final? We will be playing that in the next episode. So in the next episode, we will play the Carabao Cup final. Wow, I did not know that we were that close. We will probably play the Brighton and Leeds game as well because we need to pick up points in them. And maybe the Newcastle game. I think I'm going to sim the second leg against West Brom. Now we're in one cup final. All the extra games are slowing the season down. If we were potentially going to do another season, we will judge that when we get closer to the end of this season. But anyway, boys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new around here and you want more FIFA content, especially coming into FIFA 22, this is the channel for you. I will see you in the next episode.